Darkrai has been in this card game since 2007. Dark Explorers, Breakpoint, GX, V-Star. It's shown up in more sets than I can count off the top of my head. And honestly, it's a very cool Pokemon to collect. Something about Darkrai just looks right on the card. But here's something that's been quietly bugging me for years. In the XY era, when Mega Evolution was at its peak, we got Mega Charizard, Mega Rayquaza, Mega Gardevoir. They gave Mega Forms to dozens of Pokemon, and somehow Darkrai never got one. Not once. Not in any era since. It just wasn't there. Until July 17th. Mega Evolution Pitch Black is dropping next month, and Mega Darkrai EX is making its TCG debut. First card ever. And there are actually 4 completely different versions of it in this set. By the end of this video, I'm going to tell you which one I'm personally hunting, and it's probably not the one you'd expect. I want to talk about why the first card thing matters to collectors. When a popular Pokemon gets its debut card in a new mechanic or form, that card carries something the reprints never will, the original. The first time. And Darkrai is not some obscure Pokemon that nobody cares about. It's a mythical Pokemon. It's been a fan favorite since Diamond and Pearl. Collectors have been chasing Darkrai cards for years, and somehow through all of it, all the Mega sets in XY, all the reprint sets, all the special collections, nobody ever made a Mega Darkrai card. I generally don't know why. Darkrai didn't even get a Mega Evolution in the original XY games, which I think is part of it, but now Legend ZA has given it one in the Mega Dimensions DLC, and the TCG followed immediately. So this isn't just another Darkrai card, this is the card Darkrai collectors have been missing the whole time without even knowing it. You can have every Darkrai card ever printed and still have a hole in your collection that only Pitch Black can fill. But here's the thing. This debut doesn't come in just one version, it comes in 4, and they are all not equal. Let me walk you through exactly what's in this set for Darkrai collectors. This is the part I wish someone had laid out for me clearly when I first started caring about specific card versions. Version 1 is the regular double rare. The standard version of Mega Darkrai EX that you'll find in the main set. Clean card, great for binders, and based on what the Japanese set launched at, this one should be affordable. We're talking about like a few dollars, especially once the set settles. If you just want Mega Darkrai in your collection and you don't need the fancy version, this is your entry point. Version 2 is the full art ultra rare. A step up, bigger artwork, premium treatment. The version competitive players will sleeve up for their decks. A bit more expensive, but still very reasonable compared to what's coming. Version 3 is the special illustration rare, and this is where things get serious. I'm going to talk about this one in depth in a second because the artist who drew it changes everything about what this card is worth and why. And then version 4, the mega hyper rare, gold etched foil, 1 per set, pull rate somewhere around 1 in every 500 to 1,000 packs. The kind of card where if you pull it, you already know before you finish turning it over what just happened. 4 versions, 4 completely different collector conversations, and the one I think is most interesting right now isn't the gold card. The special illustration rare for Mega Darkrai EX was drawn by Akira Igawa. If that name doesn't immediately mean something to you yet, it's going to now. Akira Igawa is the artist behind the Charizard EX special illustration rare from Obsidian Flames. If you've been in the hobby for the past couple of years, you already know that card. It's one of the recognizable modern grails in the TCG. It's the kind of card that stops you when you're looking through someone's binder. That's her work, and her style is distinctive in a way that's generally hard to fake. She does this thing with dark Pokemon especially, I don't know how to explain it, but her art is so unique and looks different from your typical artist. When I saw the Mega Darkrai EX SIR for the first time, I just fell in love. With the same artist and the same style, this card is gonna be a grail. A Pokemon whose whole identity is shadow and darkness, come on. The Japanese community, which already had access to this set in late May, already paid around $500 for it at launch. Now, to be clear, launch prices always run hot. They come down, and they relax. The English release will be more accessible, but the appetite was there on day 1, which tells you something. Now, for me personally, this is the version I want. Not because of the price, but because of the art. I do have a challenge planned in the future that may include this card. So if you're interested, subscribe, and guess the video in the comment section. Let's talk about the Mega Hyper Rare because it deserves its own section. And so does the honest version of the conversation around it. Every Mega Evolution set has exactly one. It's the gold foil version of the set's headliner Mega EX. And Pitch Black's is Mega Darkrai EX. Gold etched, full foil treatment. It launched in Japan at around $1,100, which again, like launch prices, they always run inflated. But the ceiling exists for a reason. If you pull one of these, you already know what you have. The pull rate puts it somewhere around 1 in every 500 to 1,000 packs. I'm just guessing here, but that's the kind of card that defines a collection if you get it. But here's the part I actually want to say out loud, because I think it's worth it. Trust me on this. Chasing this card in boxes is a gamble, a real one. You could open $1,000 of product and not hit it. And for most collectors, buying the single once the prices settle after the English release is just a smarter play. It's not as exciting, but smarter. Personally, I'll probably buy a couple of boxes for the experience of the set, if I can even get them, but I'm not chasing the gold card. If I were to, I would wait, watch the price settle post-release, and buy it as a single if I decide that I need it. That's just where I've landed as a collector after making the other call a few too many times. And there's more to collect in this set than just Mega Darkrai. Pitch Black has over 115 cards and more than 35 special illustrations. That's a lot of art to care about as a collector, and I don't want to just walk past all of it, but I also can't go through it all. So here's some cool cards. The Zarude illustration rare is the Elite Trainer Box promo. That's the one I'd actually prioritize picking up through the ETB rather than the open market, since I mean, if you're buying the ETB anyways, it's in the box. Mega Chandelure EX is the other Mega in this set that I think is genuinely underrated as a collector card. The art direction of this card has this eerie spectral quality that fits perfectly alongside the Darkrai in a dark type binder. If you're building a themed collection around ghost or dark types, this one's worth paying attention to. One last mention, just because I love it when Pokemon does this, is the Zavali and Gladion connecting art. Connecting arts are one of the sickest thing the TCG does, and I mean, if you're collecting art like this, these two cards are great to look for. And honestly, this is always the thing I remind myself when a new set drops. The cards that get the most attention during the launch week are rarely the whole story. There are always a few cards that the market undervalues at first that end up being the ones people wish they grabbed more of. I don't know exactly which ones these are going to be for Pitch Black, but they're in there. They always are. So, Mega Evolution, Pitch Black, July 17th. 115 cards. 4 versions of the first Mega Darkrai card ever printed. I've been waiting for a Mega Darkrai card for a while. Longer than I realized until I actually sat down and looked back through my collection and noticed the gap. And the fact that when it finally arrives, it comes with a Kirigawa SIR and a Gold Mega Rare. This is good. This set's good. That Darkrai card you're holding right now, the before version, it's still a great card, but in a few weeks there's a new chapter, and for collectors, the new chapters are the whole reason we do this. Drop a comment below. Are you hunting the SIR, the gold card, or just picking up the regular version? I'm genuinely curious where everyone's landing on this one. And if you want to understand which cards in sets like this tend to quietly become the valuable ones over time, go watch my video on the most expensive common Pokemon cards. That one will change the way you look at every set you open going forward. See you in the next one. Goodbye.